Alright, yo, what's going on YouTube? It's been a while, you know. I know last video that I said I was gonna start grinding and putting out content, and then little did you know, 6 days later, still haven't put out a new video. And I have no excuse, man. Pretty much the same reason the last time I got into my own head, and I just stopped posting. But I can't keep using that excuse anymore. Either you do it or you don't. Put up or shut up. This thing isn't easy. You just got to keep grinding in order to make moves, in order to see progress. And, sitting around feeling sorry for yourself ain't gonna do anything but hold you back. So I got to keep pushing through it. So that's all I have to do. Now, I know last time I did one of these talks, as I have my series called Inside the Mind of Crescent. I tried having, a background. It was a lo-fi, excuse me. It was a lo-fi playlist I was listening to as a background. But then, I decided this is gonna be my background from now on. Every time I have one of these real talks with you guys, I'm just gonna have the background of my desktop as the center of attention, as the focus. And you guys can see that whenever I record these videos, at what time that I just decided to hit record on the mic and talk to you guys. Because I never know when I decide to do a talk. It's just gonna be a spur of the moment, and I just start talking. So it could be 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock. You never know, man. I'm gonna just hit you guys with a video. And, I just gonna have the reoccurring theme as my background. Now, will it stay the same? I don't know. But, it's just gonna be the theme. I like it. But regardless, so I've been getting into my own head, but no more of that, man. You don't do anything by wallowing, man, for sure. But, I think last time I was talking about motivation. I think this time, we're gonna give a little talk about Nintendo, bro. And why don't Nintendo try to, push to be better? They need to make themselves a contender within, gaming community. And I mean contender as in they should want to be people's first choices, not like an afterthought. Because granted, yes, Nintendo is a good company. A lot of people have a Switch, and a lot of people have Smash Brothers. But you have to think about, is the only reason why people are buying the Switch are because of their exclusives. The Smash Brothers, the Marios, the Zeldas, and all that. And I know it's kind of silly to say, well, what about all the other platforms and their exclusives? We not gonna talk about Xbox. Halo, Gears, and Forza. We're not gonna talk about that. But nah, shout outs to Xbox, bro. I always like giving Xbox a little crap every now and then. But shout outs to them, man. But I am a PlayStation person, so we do have exclusives, or PlayStation has exclusives. I say we, but I'm not a part of that company. So PlayStation has exclusives. So I think if you were to take PlayStation exclusives away, you would still have, games that people would be willing to buy, right? For PlayStation, and their interface and all that. Same thing with, well, yeah, you can say that. look. I ain't trying to harp on Xbox, bro. Cause I was gonna say, same thing with Xbox, but you take away Halo, Gears of Forza, it's a wrap for them. But people still buy Xbox, so obviously there's something about Xbox that still keeps people going back, and buying their console. So, you can take away the exclusives for PlayStation, and then Xbox take away theirs. And I still think for the infrastructure of those two consoles, people will still keep going back, right? Now, you have Nintendo. I think it's valid to say if you take away, the main hitters from Nintendo, Smash Brothers, Mario's, and all that, etc., would people really be inclined to buy that system? Because I feel like if you put those games on another platform, people will probably go to those other platforms and probably just forget about the Switch. Because we heard about the primitive designs for their console or handheld hybrid, whatever you want to call it. It was lagging an Ethernet port. They just recently put an OLED on there. It's not as powerful as the recent consoles coming out for last generation, and this generation now, right? And obviously PC is the strongest. Nothing's ever gonna beat PC, but regardless, I feel like if you take away those mains, exclusives from Nintendo, there really isn't anything keeping people from buying. From buying another platform. And I feel like that Nintendo probably needs to try to be a contender. I know they did the whole, we're not trying to compete with Xbox and PlayStation and this and that, but I felt, honestly, when they said that, I felt like that was a cop-out. But regardless, I feel like competition is good, bro. Competition is good. So if they did things, upgraded their hardware, add simple things that have been around for years, bro. They don't have a traditional party chat. You still have to type in these long-ass friend codes to add friends. There's a lot of things that Nintendo could improve on in order to get people to gravitate towards their hardware. Besides the exclusives, what I'm saying, besides the exclusives, there's things that people can say, oh, the Switch has this and that, or it doesn't even have to be a Switch. It can be a completely different console, and they can build it from the ground up, have it, powerful. They can have it, have different types of just hardware, have different types of assets, just something to get people to stay. Because I do feel like if you take away their exclusives, there's no reason why you would have a Switch. And I'm not trying to harp on Nintendo at all, but I just think that for them to say, well, we're not competing with them, we're in our own lane, which is good, obviously. Even when you are competing against people, you're doing your own thing. It's just that you're making so much of a presence that your competition notices. But yeah, like, even though they say they're doing their own thing, I do think that if they really try and push and do good, cause they can do good, man. We seen it with the Wii. The Wii blew up, man, cause look, they did something that was never done before. They came up with a new way of playing games, which was, well, it wasn't new. You had the PlayStation Move and everything, but like, you had something innovative. Like, they took what was already out and made it good. They expanded upon it, improved it, and it was a hit, man. So obviously we see that they have it in them to create something good hardware wise, because even if it's not the most powerful, it can be really innovative for what they do, the things they bring to their console, to their community. But we've seen that they can do it. They have it in them. People might call it a fluke. You call it a fluke, whatever. But it's in them. I know they can do it, and I don't want to see them. I mean, they're never gonna go bankrupt, but I don't just want them to seem like an afterthought. 'Cause I do feel like most hardcore gamers, in my honest opinion, I could be wrong, I feel like most hardcore gamers, if they're looking for something to game on, they're either going to be looking at PlayStation, Xbox, or PC, in my honest opinion. Like, let's be real. In my honest opinion, I don't think hardcore gamers' first option is a Switch. I feel like the Switch is something, is a thought where after they do their main, their main gaming on their main platform of choice, they go and say, hey, I'm gonna go relax, let me go get my Switch, and I'm gonna go play on my Switch, which is, nothing's wrong with that, and obviously it's working for Nintendo. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying Nintendo has to do this to stay relevant, because they're still relevant, but I don't feel like the option of being the relaxation, the second option is good in the long run. I know it could fall under the if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing, but come on now, we gotta keep it a buck here. Companies want to make money. Companies want to improve their income. So if you can appeal to, you know, a larger audience, and I mean that as in, if you can make them have to consider you as a main choice of console and miss out on the other ones, then, you know, you're doing good things. You're doing good things and big things. But we'll just have to see. But like I said, Nintendo has the exclusive, so they're not, you know, faltering in that area. You know, they have a lot of IPs that they don't use, which I don't know why they don't. You know, shout outs to sentencing. You know, shout outs to creating sentences, but I don't know why they don't. Right? I don't know why they don't use their IPs, but you know, there's a lot of IPs that they have that they put on the back burner and they just recycle the same stuff, but it sells. You know, they're doing their thing. But regardless, they have a lot of IPs, so they're not lacking in that department. They're lacking in their hardware. That's all. If they improve their hardware, I can really feel them making some big strides and making a big dent, you know, in that competition of being in top spot platform. I mean, console wise, right? Because like I said, obviously nothing's gonna top PC ever. PC is always upgrading, always getting stronger. So we'll have to see, man. But you know, if Nintendo just makes some better choices, hardware wise, they could really be a big contender. But we'll just have to see. Maybe they're complacent in the lane that they're in, or maybe we'll see one day they try and upgrade their hardware. And also, you know, shout outs to Stadia. That joint dead. You know, if you got a Stadia, go ahead and hold that. I already knew that joint was a flop when that was coming out. You know, shout outs to you guys that got Stadia. Who even remembers the Stadia, bro? I forget Stadia is even a thing until people bring it up. I don't even know what made me think of it just now. I think just going through all the different consoles and all the different choices made me think of the Stadia. You know, but shout outs to Stadia, that joint in the Shadow Realm. You know, next to that man Pegasus and all them. So yeah, rest in peace to the Stadia. Pretty much dead on arrival. I already knew they didn't have a chance, but you know, Nintendo, you can do some great things. Upgrade your hardware, and you can really be making those moves, man. But here's another real talk with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys on the next video. I gotta make more videos. Don't worry, guys. I gotta grind. I gotta make more videos. But we'll see. I gotta get out of my own head. Don't worry, guys. More videos to come. And I still have like other things that I have to post. I have content that I can post from the other uploads on my channel. I just haven't got to them yet, man. And that's my fault. I need to stop slacking. But regardless, I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video. You guys stay safe. You know, you guys stay pushing through the hard times. Keep grinding. And you never know what can happen. But until then, I'm gonna just keep grinding, man. And I'm gonna post, bro. I'm gonna post. Until then, man, I'm gonna just keep grinding. But catch you guys on the next video. Peace.